We put our fish plates in here, drilled holes through here, plug welded some sleeves. We just took a piece of this A-pillar and split it in 3 sides where it would slide down inside there, and it acts as a guide. When we slide the A-pillar on the new roof down over the top of it, it'll hold it in place, and then it'll also give us something to weld to. So when it's all welded up, it'll actually be stronger than it was from the factory without a splice in it. So we're ready to set that roof on and see where we're at and what else we got to do as far as the trimming up on the corners and stuff. So tweaked a little bit. We did a quick trial fit, just set the top down in there and marked where the bracing for the fastback's going to go, and we got to weld to these areas that we marked, so the paint's got to be cleaned off. This way, start up here, and you got a new pad on there, real light pressure, and just work your way back and forth, and it blows all the dust back here away from where you haven't ground. That way you can see how clean you're getting the steel. If you start back here and start going forward, it throws all the dust back on what you've already ground, and you can't really tell whether it's clean or not. Okay. So start up here, work back and forth. You should be able to blow through it real fast. See, real fast back and forth, and you don't heat the metal up at all, and you don't take as much metal off either. We've got one last piece here to pull off, Justin, and if you take that scraper and kind of stick it down in between them, you can't see the spot welds on this because they wasn't spot welded real deep. So if we kind of just pry it out, we'll be able to see where the spot welds are at. There's one right there. Like there's any there, the first one's going to be right there, and you can just kind of walk this around. We'll drill that first one out and we'll cut that off right there so we can pull the flap out. That's got a good one. Let's do it right there. There you go, you got it. I've seen the dust come out of it.
On the bottom.
There you go. He's finally starting to get it. When you're drilling with that spot weld, when you drill through, there's always a little bit of rust, surface rust between the 2 panels that are welded together. And if you watch real close as that spot weld cutter cuts through it, you'll see a little puff of dust, and that's when you hit that rust and you know you're through this outer panel. And if you stop right there, it'll usually come right off. Using a cut-off wheel to grind with, I'm just knocking down the top edges, and then Justin will grab a regular grinder with a soft pad on it, and he'll clean up the rest of that. That's where the experience comes in. I'm not quite ready to hand this over to Justin yet. All right, now you can take a soft pad, Justin. Clean that lip up. I'm gonna clean this one up. We just about got it ready to put the top on for the final time. We've split the quarter on one side loose from the taillight panel where we can move that quarter out, and what we're going to do is set the roof on there, and we'll slide the lip up underneath this side, and then the lip on this side will be sitting on top of it, and then we'll pull that quarter out so that this lip will drop down underneath it, and then we'll put it all back in place and line it up, and then at that point we're ready to start welding. Then we'll weld these spot welds back up. Like so. Okay. I put a pair of vice grips on the lip of it there. Gives us something to hammer to so we can. We'll tack it in place and we'll move to the other side, do the same thing. And then once we make sure that it's all in the right spot, we can weld it up solid. This being a coupe, it had the rear quarter window in it, so the door post here in the B-pillar has a slot in it for the window to roll up and down in. So we'll have to make a plate, stick on the back side, and we'll weld it in there, and then we'll fiberglass it up. We got the deck lid to fit pretty good. We still got all the interior corners and all to put in it yet, so there's still a lot left to do, but we've made major headway. These panels go in and fill in the gaps. We got a little cleaning up to do and get that to fit in there, and we'll weld that in on both sides. And she's looking like a fastback now. It won't be much longer. It's time to start welding. Well, we started filling them in when he filmed it a minute ago. There was just random down through there. Then we went back and putting a spot weld in between the existing spot welds that was already there. We're cooling it with a rag as we go, keep the temperature down. We'll make another run down through there, and after we do that a couple of times, it'll start filling in where you'll catch the drift. We're going to end up welding it solid across there, but we don't want to weld it solid with a MIG welder because it creates too much heat. So you can see the steam coming off of it when I put that wet rag on there. It's cooling it down pretty good.